There's a strength better than the strongest man on earth who can pick a car up. That is the strength of your mind. Being mentally strong is super important because the stronger your mind is, the better able you are to tackle problems, to stick to your goals, and to face life's challenges. In this video, I am going to go over the top 5 things that you may not be aware of that are making you weaker than you want to be. And by shedding these habits, you will become stronger and able to step into your power. Hi, my name is Bethel, and I love to assist people by giving practical tips on how to live a life of bliss, freedom, and joy. So let's jump right in it. The first thing that is making you mentally weak is an oldie but a goodie, and that is caring what other people think. When you care about what someone else thinks, it's like handing them the mirror to your life and telling you what they see and you responding. It's like when it's summertime and everyone starts wearing those beautiful clothes, the short shorts and the halter tops, and you start seeing, usually in females, the girl that is wearing the shirt that's a little bit too small and she has rolls coming out of her belly because she doesn't quite fit into the clothes. Friends, when you care about what other people think, you are that lady with rolls coming out of her belly that doesn't fit. To overcome this habit that is really a challenging one, I'm telling you, it's a struggle that I know that my kids have, that I have, that everyone I see has, are 3 things that you can do. The first one is have self-acceptance. It is okay if you are a little girl and you don't like pink and the rest of your classes, but pink's the best color. It's okay. You can like yellow. Accept that about you. You came to this earth to fulfill a special mission that only you can do. And by pretending to like pink when you actually like yellow, you're hiding your light behind a bushel. And it starts eating away at you. Accept yourself. There is nothing wrong with you. Who says what is a norm and what isn't a norm? And that's okay. Embrace who you are because you are glorious. The second one is be authentic. Be unapologetically you. If you do not want to go to that party, say no. If it is not a hell yeah, like I have said in one of my previous videos, and I'll put the link up here, don't do it. Because when you are not being authentic, you are doing no favors to yourself and to the world around you. You are giving off uncomfortable vibes, and eventually you will have a crumble, and people will sense that, which will prevent you from having those awesome connections that being authentic would provide. And the third one is self-love. Embrace yourself. Love yourself. Loving yourself, if that is hard for you right now, doesn't mean liking yourself. But you have only one you, and your job is to love yourself. And when you combine those 3 things, self-acceptance, authenticity, and self-love, it is easier to be strong when someone comes at you and tells you to wear a certain outfit that you know you don't like and you won't fit into, and will allow you to put on that outfit that makes you look cuter than ever and be you. For those of you that are regulars, know that I enjoy watching a good reality TV show with my daughter. And we are in the middle of this reality TV show right now where a whole bunch of beautiful people gather together to try to find love. And there have been some seasons where it is incredibly challenging to tell each other apart, especially the girls, because they all look the same. Because society has told them to be beautiful, this is how you have to look. Well, in this season that my daughter and I are watching right now, there is a person who goes against that norm. Instead of wearing the pink and the purple teeny tiny bikinis, she's wearing the black kilts and big old combat boots. And amazingly enough, not only is she still incredibly beautiful, but all the guys are flocking to her. Her uniqueness, her authenticity, her self-love, and her embracing it is so attractive that all these other girls that look the same as every other season of this reality show are kind of being pushed aside while this one girl is getting all this attention. Friends, even though that's a reality show, it's a great example by what happens if you are unapologetically you. People around you will feel it and will naturally be attracted to you. And then you will have a strong mind because you are in control of your thoughts and what you choose to think, do, and behave, and therefore able to create the reality that you choose. The second toxic thing that is making your mind weak is having a negative mindset. We have all heard the story of, do you see the glass as half empty or as half full? And that comes into play here. However, a negative mindset can go a little bit deeper in ways that you didn't even realize you are doing. By having limitations on yourself. Oh, I can't do that. I can't wear that outfit, caring what other people think. That is all included in this negative mindset. A negative mindset is about complaining. It is about seeing the world as only bad and not looking at all the good that there is too. It's like putting on sunglasses. And instead of seeing the glory sunny day that's in front of you, it's shaded and hazy and foggy and not as bright as it could be. We want that inner sun of happiness inside of you to glow at its maximum. So to be able to assist you in shifting and being aware of the obvious negative outcomes and maybe the not so obvious ones that our subconscious are providing, thinking it's keeping you safe, is to be mindful. Be aware. How are you feeling right now? What thought just entered your head? Where in your body do you feel it? Is it true or is it an opinion? Is it holding you back or giving you wings to fly? So being mindful is to be aware of your thoughts and how they're affecting you. So if you take the moment to observe without judgment your thoughts as they come in, you're able to ask you all those questions I just went through. And you are able then to shift them into a positive outcome. Being negative ignores the principle of impermanence. Everything is changing, always has and always will. That is one truth in life that you can always count on, is that it will change, the good times and the bad times. And when you are trying to protect yourself from possible hurt of being positive by only looking at the negative, you are not allowing that natural state of change to happen in your life, making you mentally weak. So when you take off those sunglasses and allow your inner sun of happiness to truly shine, you see possibilities. You see opportunities come your way that may not have been there with those sunglasses on. So take off the sunglasses, be mindful of those thoughts, and allow your brain to be mentally strong by seeing the world as a place of constant change and the ability and possibility. And when challenges do come, to see it as a form for growth instead of as a punishment. The third thing that is making you mentally weak is complaining about things you cannot control. When you complain about things you cannot control, it's like holding a hot coal. It only hurts yourself. Let it go. Go ahead and apply Vaseline to that burn and move on. Let it be a learning experience. Complaining about things you can't control kind of goes with a negative outlook, because when you're complaining about things you can't control, you see all of the possibilities of what can go wrong. It's a refusal of seeing all of the possibilities of what can go right. What if it did work out? What if it was better than you ever thought? You don't get to see that if you are always hiding behind the complaint of something that you can't control. A great analogy of complaining about something you can't control is like standing in quicksand. The more you complain, the further you sink. The complaining isn't going to get you out of that quicksand. It is only going to bury you deeper and deeper. When you catch yourself in the cycle of complaining about things you cannot control, stop, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, but what can I control? At this moment, what can I do? It's like dancing in the rain. You can't control the storm, but you can control how you respond to the storm. To continue the whole can't control the storm analogy, it's like driving a boat in a storm. Once again, you can't control the storm, but you can control which way you take the boat. Do you ride that wave and hope for the best? Or do you go a safer route? You get to control how you are navigating the storms of things around you you can't control. When you let go of the need to control, especially the things that are out of your control, it's like releasing balloons. You will feel lighter and freer. When you feel lighter and freer, you open yourself up for wonderful things to come in, positive things that can make you stronger. And before you know it, the things you can't control are still existing out in the world around you, but they're not affecting you anymore because you are living that life of bliss and freedom that you deserve. Treat these things you can't control with a balanced mind. Meditate, make sure you're centered. Ask yourself, what can you control? Remember the concept of impermanence. Things will change. It won't be like that forever. You just hold out and ride the ride, and you will see that things will change. And ask yourself, where can you change? What do you have control over? And go ahead and add those other three things that make you strong. Have a positive outlook and don't care what other people think, because your solution on how to survive, how to thrive, not survive, is yours and yours alone. The fourth thing that is making your mind weak is not expressing yourself. Too many times we are told to sit down and shut up. As a child, that was incredibly common for me to hear. You're a kid, you're to be seen and not heard. Thanksgiving, we had the kids' table. Do not make noise so mom and dad get annoyed. However, friends, you get to be heard. You get to express yourself. You have a magic that no one else has. You have a magic that somebody else needs. There is a story I heard once about two ladies who went to a professional conference where a guru was teaching all of these deep, wonderful spiritual concepts. And the meeting is over, and the two ladies come out and they're talking and they're processing the meeting. And one of the ladies said, "Wasn't it so amazing when they clarified this particular concept?" And the other lady looked at her and said, "Well, that's odd. I don't remember them saying that." And the first lady said, "It was just in the same meeting that we were at." She goes, and then the second lady says, "Yes, it may have been, but until you said it yourself, I didn't get it." It took the lady's friend to say this deep concept for her to get it. Not the guru, not the person who has been spending years on stage talking to the audience. It took her friend. If her friend hadn't expressed herself or her opinion about what was being taught, the other lady would have missed out on it. Don't be the reason somebody's life is harder because you don't express yourself. Sometimes people only get when you say it. And the world needs you to express yourself, whether it's in your words or in your actions, in the way you dress, the things you eat, the activities you do. You being authentically you is like opening a window because you're hot. The air is blowing in on you and you're cooling off, but everyone in the room is benefiting from it as well. Some people might object to you being authentically you and expressing yourself. Remember, that is their issue, not yours. Do not let what other people think of you stop you from expressing your beautiful, glorious self. When you are expressing your glorious, beautiful self, communicate with kindness, loving, compassion. Be aware of your words and your nonverbal language. Be mindful of your thoughts and your actions. And let your light shine. And the fifth thing is blaming others for your problems. Blaming others is like running a race with a backpack full of stones. It is only wearing you down, wearing you out, slowing you up, making you sore, maybe a little tired, maybe a little grumpy. Blaming somebody else for your life circumstances, for the events that happen in your life, for things that come your way is a weakness because you're denying the karmic law. You're not taking accountability for that your actions have consequences, whether they be positive or negative. Everything that you are experiencing right now is because of some form of action you did somewhere in your past. A thought that you had, because our thoughts become our words and our beliefs, and our beliefs become our actions, and our actions become the world around us. And when we ignore that concept and blame other people, it is probably, in my opinion, one of the biggest ways of weakness in our brain. We all came to Earth to fulfill a certain mission. We all have the capability of creating our own life. And forgetting that by blaming somebody else is a weakness. It's like riding the waves. Are you going to be pushed whichever way the ocean takes you? Or are you going to go ahead and take that paddle and you guide yourself? When you guide yourself, you're going to get to your destination a whole lot faster than just floating on the wind, blaming everybody else, refusing to see how your actions are creating the lifestyle that obviously you don't like because you're complaining about it. Sometimes, friends, people do us wrong. And we may feel innocent in that. Not blaming other people doesn't mean we are ignoring that wrong that happened. What we are doing is releasing the baggage of blame on somebody else, looking at it for how it is affecting you right at this moment, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, shifting and changing it, facing it with a strong, positive, happy outlook, and moving past it. Refusing to forgive only hurts you. Blaming somebody else is only hurting you. That person you're blaming is probably out living a life, a happy one, while you're stuck in a miserable one. For all of these mental weakness, meditation is a great way to be aware and get over them. For this one, definitely meditate. Be strong in who you are. Be gentle. Don't judge you for your past. You can't change it. As you start realizing that you have been blaming other people, let it go. Don't beat yourself up with it. Start taking accountability for where you are now and what you can do to shift your future. Having a strong mind is incredibly important to living the life of fantastic freedom and bliss and fulfilling your life's purpose that you came here to do. Be cautious of these 5 things: making your mind weak, caring what other people think, a negative outlook on life, complaining about things you can't control, not expressing yourself, and blaming others for what's happening in your life. Friends, you have the power inside of you to create miracles. We all have it. We all came to this earth to share our unique gifts. Be strong, be brave. Go ahead and put in the comments which one that you maybe struggle with the most, so we can cheer you up and come together. Having a community is an amazing way to have a strong mind as well. So go ahead and share with us. We've got your back. I believe in you. This is an amazing journey. It can seem challenging at times. It gets easier, one step at a time. I love you. I believe in you. Until next time, namaste.